Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this afternoon. The good news is the World Endurance Championship, the FIA World Endurance Championship, is back after our summer sojourn. Some of you, I hope, have had a little holiday. Many of us have continued working. However, top-class sports car racing is back, and it returns to Germany with 6 hours of the Nurburgring. We're all very excited to be back here. Let me introduce our drivers to you, representing Aston Martin on the left-hand side. That is Stefan Mucker. Hello, Stefan. Are you fitting well? Thank you. Richard Leeds is next up for Porsche. World champion for Toyota Hybrid Racing, Sebastian Buemi. Then we've got Mark Lee. Smile, Mark, come on. No. Nick Tandy in the blue is next up for KCMG this weekend, which is going to throw me out massively. Then we have Nick Heifeld for Rebellion. On the end, Mark Seafried for Dempsey Proton Racing. Let's start with our world champion, Sebastian. Thank you for your time. Welcome to the Nurburgring and the first opportunity to race here. Did you do some of the testing that Toyota and some of the other teams had a couple of 3 weeks ago here?
Yeah, exactly. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, I was here doing testing, so it was good to have a little taste of this track in such a powerful and good car. And here we're back, so we were able to get some data and try to already improve our setup for this weekend. Even so, we know it's going to be difficult for us in terms of performance, but we'll try to grab every opportunity. So. To us.
The 24-hour Le Mans was our last race. Didn't go the way you guys planned it. How much hard work's been going on back up the road at Toyota at Cologne?
Yeah, exactly. It was very difficult for us. Silverstone was actually quite a good race compared to the next two. But now all the efforts are obviously on the car of next year. We really focus on trying to be back up to speed in 2016. So right now we try to do the best we can, but we know it's going to be very difficult to, even if we improve it a little bit, to fight for the win or even the podium. So we'll make sure we concentrate on next year and get the most out of the next year car.
Thank you. For those of you who don't know, starting from the pit lane, clearly, Marcel Fessler joins us for Audi. Thank you for your time, Marcel. Nick Tandy, you won the last race, you won Le Mans, and now you've got a different shirt on, confusing me because I'm old and senile. Welcome to the Nurburgring, another different car for you, representing P2 here for KCMG. First of all, congratulations on your Le Mans win, and how difficult or easy is it for you then to get out of P1 and into P2 via GTE, which is what you've been doing in the States?
Yes, I've been racing quite a vast array of machinery since Le Mans actually. But because of that, because we switch around quite a lot, even at Porsche in the GT ranks, we drive the GT2 car, the GT3 cars, and all sorts of other machinery. So jumping in between one type of car, an LMP1 or a GT LM car in the US, now in the P2 car, it's quite difficult to remember things like where all the switches and the buttons are and what the individual things do and the team members' names and things like this. But actually driving the car is not so different between each individual machine, if you like. To actually get lap time, you still use the tyre in a similar way. And of course you still have a steering wheel, 2 gear shift paddles and 2 or 3 pedals. But it's experience of doing this and doing it a lot. I started in the LMP2 car at Silverstone, and then we were with Porsche at Spa and Le Mans, and now I'm back at Nurburgring here in the LMP2 car. So it's kind of full circle, but yeah, things haven't been going too badly recently.
And again, congratulations on your victory. Porsche LMP1 here is Mark, who's just to your left. Good Le Mans for Porsche, plenty of confidence within the team, and you come here to the Nurburgring with slightly different aerodynamic package for the 919.
Yeah, it looks a little bit different, I would would say from the outside. First taste for me today with the new aero package, so we didn't have it when we did the test here a few weeks ago. It's a big change. Obviously, the track conditions weren't as good as the test day in the first session, but everyone is pushing forward in one direction in the team. Everyone is really pumped up after the success in Le Mans. So everyone is really giving everything with a lot of confidence, and the competence has always been there. So it's just great to see the work which has been done on the car after Le Mans. I think it's a good step and should bring us a little closer to the competitors. And I think we're in good shape for the weekend. But it's a 6-hour race, and temperatures will increase for Sunday. So this will be a big question mark as well with tire wear and stuff like that. But we all can't wait to go out and race.
Yeah, and for the rain to stop as well, I'm sure. Thank you, Mark. Marcel, at the far end, also in LMP1 for Audi. Welcome to the 6 hours of the Nurburgring. Long time since Le Mans, as we mentioned at the start, but quite clearly Audi haven't stopped work either. Second half of the season starts here, and the rest of the championship starts here. So tell us about the hard work that Audi have been doing, and how you feel this event might work out for Audi.
Yeah, first of all, I apologize for being late. I'm sorry for that. Yes, for sure, after Le Mans, also we were working a little bit, but always from the outside we can't see it as much as, for example, with the new Porsche aerodynamics they have. But sure, we try to develop the things to be prepared for the big fight now for the end of the season, but there is still 5 races to go. We're leading by, I don't know exactly, 22 points or something, so it's at least something, but the races are long and the opponents are really good and fast, so we need to score points. That's very important, and try to be in front of our competitors all the time. So it's not an easy thing to do, but we're trying to do it.
And the aero package on the Audi is the same as the Mans. There'll be no changes to the end of the season, will you start?
I would say it's more closer to the one we were running at Spa. Okay. So it looks pretty similar as the Mans, but we had a few things which were changed. But it's like the Spa Hero.
Okay, I think that's bad news for some of you competitors. You were very quick there. Nick Heifeld for Rebellion. The R1 resplendent in red and white colour scheme this weekend. Looks absolutely fantastic. The Nurburgring Grand Prix circuit, a challenging circuit. And what do you think from Rebellion's point of view this weekend?
Of course, it's a challenging circuit, but it's a very nice one for LMP1 because it's relatively quick with fluent and smooth corners. We haven't ridden since Le Mans. Of course, we work back in the factory to try to improve some of the, or solve some of the problems that stopped us in Le Mans. So hopefully it will all go smooth here, but we have to wait and see.
And would you like to, or do you think you'll find yourself a little closer to the factory cars this weekend, or is it a case of fighting against the bicolours?
Well, at the moment we are far behind the factory cars, closer than we would like, and I think relatively speaking we were closer in Le Mans than we are here, because our car has quite a good top speed and acceleration. But there are more corners here, and especially with the four-wheel drive that the others have, and we are struggling a bit. And of course, at the moment we have the Collis car behind us. We try to keep it this way.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Chance for you to ask some questions in a little while, ladies and gentlemen, once we've had a word from all of the drivers. First of all, Marco might as well stay at that end of things. Welcome to the Nurburgring, representing the GT ranks as well, the remaining 3 drivers. Looking forward to this weekend. Is this a track that you think the GT cars will race well on?
Yeah, I think so, because I mean we also participated at the test 3 weeks ago. For pity, one of my mates wasn't here, so Patrick Young, he went farther at that time, so he stayed home. And we were working a lot, once on the setup of the car, but as well also on Patrick Dempsey. I mean, all of you know, I think in the Pro-Am class it's always about how good is your bronze. And he did really good step. He had a good run last week at the Porsche Super Cup at Spa. So he's on high right moment, and we try to keep that up, and yeah, hoping for a good result here.
Be safe, good luck.
Thank you.
We'll go to the other end, and Stefan Mugger for Aston Martin. Hello Stefan, welcome back to the Nurburgring, a circuit that you know quite well, not exactly in the same configuration that we've seen it run, of course, in the 24 hours when we use part of the circuit here. A little bit of a change for Aston this weekend in terms of the equalisation of performance. How was this morning? How did the session go?
First of all, it was also a long break for us, and we did some work too. Of course, the change doesn't help. Nurburgring has quite short straights, so hopefully it will not affect us too much. But we've seen this morning that we're struggling a little bit with top speed and with pace. Of course, it will get better. It will get better. We are working on setup to get it a little bit quicker, but I think it will be a very tough weekend for us. I will try to be on the podium in my home race. That's our main target. Get as much points as possible for the rest of the season. And we had all bad luck so far in the season, I hope, and that's all of the way now, and we're concentrating on good race results for us.
Last but by no means least, to thank you very much for being so patient, Richard Leeds. What have you been doing? Have you had some other driving during the downtime, or have you been training? What's been the situation for you to after the Le Mans break?
Well, we were quite busy. I mean, as you know, Porsche is selling cars on all the different kind of championships, and sometimes as a support they send drivers to help them. So we did European Le Mans Series at Nurburgring, we did VLN races, a lot of testing. We have been here twice, like 3 days of testing. We really try to be good prepared for this race here, and we want to forget Le Mans. It was not the best race for us. So definitely in the championship we have to score points now and beat the cars from India and Italy. So definitely we want to be well prepared here and finish on the podium.
And the second half of the season, is it almost like a complete reset for you guys? You almost feel like you have to start again?
I mean, the car is quite the same. As you know, we have new adjustments. We will see maybe after this race, maybe after the end of the season. It's difficult to see like the BOP or something like this in a correct way, but I think the steps we did now is really in a good way, and we want to start now with all this testing we did. I think we have a good setup, and hopefully we can find a good setup in all the other racetracks around the world, which will come. And it's a hard championship. It's really high competitive. I'm happy to be part of it, and we try our best.
And great to be in Porsche and Toyota, as well as Audi's effectively home country, with those three teams based here. Aston Martin, of course, have got a test facility just down the road as well, so there's pretty much a link here for everybody. Open it up to the floor now, ladies and gentlemen. If any of you would like to stick your hand up, we've got a microphone, just shout out if you have a question. Fiona has a microphone down the front here, if you don't mind. Actually, I could probably lean back, sorry, Fiona.
Hello. Hello? Okay. It's Christoph Erbeling from the Rhine Zeitung. Question to Nick Heidfeld. Why, in your opinion, is it important that the race, the WEC series, comes back to the Nurburgring, or generally to Germany?
Well, I think it's quite a subjective answer. As I'm German, I always like to drive in Germany on my home soil. But of course, also for everybody in motorsport, in the motorsport world, the Nurburgring is very special. So all Nordschleife, we have had many different Grand Prix here. We have a lot of German manufacturers, so of course it makes perfectly sense to come here. Personally, I enjoy the circuit a lot. I have a lot of good memories here. I even first learned to drive or ride a bicycle here. Had many good results, so it's great for me to come back. And I was born and lived in Mönchengladbach, which is less than 1.5 hours away from here.
And by the way, I'm told by the circuit that the advanced ticket sales are very encouraging indeed, much higher than was expected. The weather forecast is good for Sunday and we expect some people to turn up. I was here in 2000, the last time we had a 6-hour race here, and the support from the German fans was outstanding because it was a very wet weekend, and still I think something like 35,000 people turned out and sat in the wet all weekend to watch the race. I think there's a big excitement for endurance racing here. Mark, again, the German fans are particularly hardy. We say that at the 24 hours. We're expecting a big crowd this weekend, and they are fans that are very passionate about endurance racing.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the race, especially the 1000k race in the 80s, you know, and also in the 70s, the long distance race had a great history, and people are really looking forward to Sunday. You know, a lot of from my family, friends are coming all the way along. A lot of employees from Stuttgart, I'm sure from Cologne as well, and from Ingolstadt. And yeah, I think we were missing the race the last years for sure. It's definitely one of the highlights in the season, and it's just great history. It's the track, but also the race itself, and the performance should be good. I mean, if it's only half of the excitement we had in the first 3 races, it's going to be a cracker of a race on Sunday.
Yes, I'm sure I'll have no voice left again.